Anya, thank you so much for being here today. It's such a pleasure to talk to you and excited about this series of The Big Break. So I just want to get a feeling from you. First impressions, you saw Atlantis. It's a magnificent resort. I stayed there a couple times myself. What did you think?
I loved it. It's beautiful. It was probably one of the prettiest places I've ever been to, and the resort was amazing, and all the people there were great too.
Yeah. Did they have the, I haven't been there for a while, did they have the aquarium still where you walk through the tunnel and all the fish?
Yeah, they have the aquarium, and then they have the slide where you go down, and it has a shark tank on the side.
Yeah. Did you do that?
I did do that.
Yeah, I did it too. It scared the heck out of me, I have to tell you, but it was pretty exciting. Okay, let's forget about all the fun stuff. Now let's get on to the serious part of this and the big break, Atlantis. You obviously are a very talented golfer. Shortly after turning pro, you qualified for the Women's U.S. Open 2011, and then you made the cut. There are very few young women who are starting off in golf as a professional get that far. So how do you attribute yourself? How did you do that?
Well, really, my philosophy the last couple of years, more than anything, is just to enjoy myself out there and to have fun. I used to be really hot-headed, and it really hurt my game a lot. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of let go of expectations and trying to be perfect on the golf course, and just started to have fun, and I had more success come my way through thinking that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what's interesting, because we see that Yanni Sang is going to be on next week's show. They've given a little peek into that. And one of the things I remember about Yanni is she said that she spends a lot more time trying to smile on the golf course. She finds she plays better when she does that. It's pretty good advice.
Yeah, it's great advice, and I think it helps everybody. I mean, golf is a game at the end of the day, and it should be fun. Not that you don't want to do well, but it's not life or death out there.
No, that's true. It's true. Well, okay, the U.S. Open is still a nerve-wracking situation, and you made it through that, and now you're in another nerve-wracking situation with the big break. How do you compare those two situations and experiences? Which is more nerve-wracking?
Big break was more nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I keep hearing that.
Pardon?
I keep hearing that from people, and I have a hard time believing it, but yeah.
Well, it's just because each shot, I mean, you could go home on a good shot. You know, you can hit it to 3 feet, and then someone hits it to 2 feet. So it's a matter of, I mean, everything is so precise out there, and you have to be on your game 24/7. It's not like you have a chance really to recover from a bad shot like you do in a tournament round where you maybe have a bad hole, and you have the next hole to make a birdie or make up for it or something like that. It's not like that out there.
Mm-hmm. And I also, when I was looking at the behind the scenes of the glass breaking, I didn't realize they clean up after every time two people go for the glass, and so that just makes the whole session so much longer. How do you keep your momentum going?
Yeah, I think that was the hardest thing actually was, we would sometimes maybe hit 2 or 3 golf shots the entire day, but you're out there for 8 or 9 hours. So you just have to be patient. We goofed around a lot. A lot of the stuff that you don't see in the actual show, we kept ourselves entertained.
Oh, good. That's good.
In between.
That's good. Well, we'll have to hear about some of those entertaining times a little bit later. Well, let's talk about that glass breaking. So you and Gloriana head-to-head, and you both made it in the same number of hits. How many hits did it take each of you to get to that point?
2.
2? Well, that's very impressive.
Yeah, they edited out the first 2.
Yeah, because normally we watch the glass breaking and we wait forever, and they hitting and not breaking it. But this week's show, they showed very quickly when the glass was breaking, which made it fast and exciting, but also somewhat unbelievable. And the fact that 2 of you did it at the same time, we don't see that very often.
No, I wasn't expecting her to do it.
Yeah. Welcome to second immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that one, because you managed to hit a really good first shot, I think at 3 points, but then how did you recover after that serious slice, shall we call it, and come through and get that other point? I mean, that must have been nerve-wracking there as well.
I actually was in more disbelief than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was just, I mean, I could not remember the last time I had shanked a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it came off the hosel, and I knew it immediately. And the reason why I said, oh, shit,
Mm-hmm.
is because I saw the 3 camera guys ducking, and I thought it was going to hurt somebody. And so I just see these heads go down immediately. And I ended up apologizing to the camera crew later that day, saying, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to hit you.
Well,
I was in more disbelief than anything.
Yeah, yeah, no, but you really recovered, and it's like they call it the hardest shot in golf to do that. And interesting, there was a past big break when somebody was hitting the glass, and the ball went so hard through the glass it broke the camera behind the glass. It broke the camera lens. So, yeah, accidents do happen out there for sure. Well, you did really well. Anything that surprised you about the day, whether it was somebody else's shot or something else going on that you just want to mention that happened during that day?
I'm trying to think from that day.
What about Shannon going for that 3rd shot when she didn't need it? Wasn't that one of them?
I mean, I played junior golf with Shannon, and from the few days that I also got to spend with her before we actually started filming, it didn't surprise me because she's kind of ballsy in a good way. Like, she goes for it, and I think that's a really great thing about her game is that it's not that she's aggressive, but she's not afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't really surprised when she decided to take that 3rd shot.
Well, yeah, she is gutsy, and she isn't afraid, and obviously you also are someone with a great deal of inner strength. We saw that how you played the first day. We saw it obviously through your U.S. Open history. That courage and strength obviously got you through a very difficult time in your life, and I know that instead of becoming afraid and becoming withdrawn into yourself, you've actually come outside and been open, and it brought you to KidSafe to help other kids and families who are going through these very traumatic times. Would you tell us a little bit about what you're doing with KidSafe and maybe how others can help?
Yeah, KidSafe is an organization started by 2 women, Sally and Cherie, and what they do is they have curriculum available for parents and teachers and children that give them steps on how to prevent child sexual abuse or what to do if your child has been abused. Mm-hmm. And really what it is, it's an awareness and just mostly education, because we believe that 95% of sexual abuse cases can be prevented through proper education on the issue.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Often ignorance, we just don't know. And so, what can people do to help that cause?
Well, they can visit kidssafefoundation.org, and on there you'll see on the show that I'm wearing a blue bracelet in every episode, and it says, keep kids safe. And they can buy it for $3. They can make a donation online. They can buy books for friends, for family members. Anything monetary obviously helps what they're doing so that they can continue to spread the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and given the world of social media in which we live these days, I mean, everybody has a Facebook account. Most have Twitter now. You can share the message and get other people aware of what's going on, which would be useful as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Anya, you're quite an inspirational lady. I can't wait to watch you on the rest of the series and look forward to some more conversations like this and share with the audience. Is there anything you want to close with today before we wrap up?
I just hope everyone doesn't do what I did on my 2nd shot. Hit them straight.
And if they did do it, recover, move on,
yes,
right?
Recover. Yeah. It is not the end.
Yeah. Well, Anya, it's been a real pleasure. You have a great week, and let's talk next week, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care.